Ass. Mom?
This is Aiden Wolf.
Welcome back to Dark Corner Studios. My name is Aiden Wolf, and today we're going to go over some comments. This should be interesting. Some of them are downright mean, some of them are nice, and others just require explanation. So first one up is a comment off of the Mayo. I can't go down that rabbit hole again. The Mayo, I guess, microphone. Ved XNT. I have this mic, but it picks up a lot of microphone. Do you know how to fix this? I'm guessing what you mean by that is it picks up a lot of background sound. There's a couple ways you can fix this, Ved. Is first, you might want to lower the amount of gain you have on the microphone. You can always bring it up in post and it'll sound a little bit better. The other option is you might need to treat your room. This is a condenser microphone, and condenser microphones tend to be less forgiving when you're, in an untreated room. So give it a shot. Let me know how it goes. Next up is Mayo Notorious. What is your audio interface? That's a great question right now. We've gone through a little bit of a transition. I do have a video coming on my PreSonus and exactly what happened and how it's been fixed, or it's in the process of being fixed. I went through kind of a switch where I used a Behringer Xenix Q502, which was okay in its own right, but it had some issues with phantom power. And then I used a Steinberg UR12. It was my son's, just to kind of get me by for my day job and all that. But now I've switched up, and now I have our Arturia Audio Fuse Studio. I do have a review coming on it. I wanted to sit on this for a little bit and kind of get used to using the Arturia before I did any reviews on it. But that is coming, I promise. If you don't want to miss it, make sure you hit that like button and get subscribed. Well, get subscribed. The like button's just for me. This one comes from Tides on Earth, and Tides, Mr. On Earth, or Mrs. On Earth, wants to know where in Canada I am. I am out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Ferdinand Thomas, you look very familiar. Well, Ferdinand, this happens a lot. Brad Pitt. I've heard it before. You're looking at Brad Pitt, you think it's me, vice versa. You can usually tell a difference by, I wear glasses and Brad usually doesn't. I'm also much heavier than he is. But it's there, the bone structure. Under all this, it's bone structure. It's not like we're brothers or anything, but, you know. Next up, I just wanted to address something. Sometimes I do get things wrong. Not a lot. I actually do my research. I make sure I'm getting all the information right. But sometimes I can forget something. When I did the Rodecaster Pro versus LiveTrack L8, there was one thing I left out. Roberto Calderon, I think I got that right. You could use a DBX Go Rack to control your studio monitors or any type of controller. I didn't even think of it. You know what? I got so engrossed in the unit that was in front of me, the LiveTrack L8, and I loved it. That was the one thing that bothered me. You can't actually control your studio monitors if you're using them instead of headphones. Didn't even occur to me to use separate studio monitoring for cool. So if you want to buy the Zoom LiveTrack L8, that solves the problem. My bad. And Roberto, good catch. Pikatoboda. Yeah. Why do you keep saying that the SM58 doesn't look nice? Nowadays, it looks pretty common, but still, it represents the image that we all have in our mind when the word microphone is mentioned. It is iconic, and it still looks good to me in 2020. You're right. The SM58 is an amazing microphone. It's a workhorse, stands the test of time. It is iconic. I would say, though, for video purposes, it's lacking, and it's diminutive. It's small. It doesn't really have that oomph. Now, don't get me wrong. That's the only thing wrong with the SM58. Now, if Joe Rogan switched over to them, you'd probably think it looks kind of weird. It doesn't quite have that iconic look that is necessary for video. Outside of that, though, the SM58, you put it in front of any musician on stage and it wouldn't look out of the ordinary. So, yeah, I do think it's a little ugly, but at the same time, gotta give that microphone props. I use it almost daily. Now, let's talk a little bit about the one video. Yeah, my review of the Rodecaster Pro. I get a bunch of flack for the Rodecaster Pro video, and that's because I didn't like the drivers for the Rodecaster Pro. I actually returned it. And a lot of people got confused by that, and it sparked a lot of anger. Now, here's a good example of one of those angry comments. You come off as a snob that only caters to other studio techies. In quotes, of course. Thanks for the video nonetheless. That comes from Sean Bartley. Sean, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I don't understand the vitriol that I get, but I feel at that price point, you should be able to expect decent drivers for any board that you buy. When I do a review of something like the Rodecaster Pro, yes, there's a lot of opinion involved, and that opinion is basically saying whether or not I want it or I think it's a good deal. I did, however, love the Rodecaster Pro. Everything up until that point was amazing. The whole experience was drop dead amazing. However, I do have to point out the things that I feel are shortcomings, because there's other people like me that are going to go out and buy a Rodecaster Pro and be rather upset that I didn't include that in my review. And I do have to say, Carpenter actually nailed it on the head here. Thank you for the video. Great video and very helpful to me. Other videos don't mention the things that you mentioned. I subscribed as well. Now, Carpenter is actually pointing out something here. When you do a review, you need to include every piece of information that you get out of that equipment. So if it doesn't have proprietary drivers, that has to be part of the review. If something like a PreSonus AR8 comes with drivers, for the price of the PreSonus AR8, you expect it. So that might not be part of the review, but when it's not there, you have to include it. It's really important because there are people spending their very real money on these pieces of equipment. So thank you, Carpenter, for actually seeing that and appreciating that in the video. And thanks for the sub. I appreciate you watching. Next up, Maddie Markey. Ugh, what whiny bull. That's hurtful. Maddie, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Matrix Media Entertainment. First of all, you have, and we're sorry to say this, no idea of audio equipment whatsoever. Okay, good start. You know what they say, everyone is a critic nowadays. How dare you compare ALPS faders, Rodecaster Pro, with those cheap faders that Zoom and many other companies use? The ALPS faders are used on professional devices and there's no graphite inside like trimmers have. That's why they're so easy to move up and down. They work like your mouse does. Second, the Rodecaster Pro and Zoom mixers only have one thing in common, the memory bank pads, which is not true. They actually have several different things in common. In fact, you'd almost say Zoom ripped off Rodecaster. I'm not saying, I didn't say that. I said you would almost say that. And even there, the Rodecaster Pro's pads are way better. Sure. Third, my kid's Fisher-Price record player in the 70s had batteries underneath, as all electrical toys have. That's not a plus. You might want to talk to all the people actually using this thing out in the field with battery backup. Bottom line, the Zoom is just a home recording mixer for solo use, fully analog with just a part of some digital features, but the Rodecaster Pro is a professionally fully digital radio mixer. No, it's not. If the company was into radio broadcast, it would cost over $7,000 to $9,000. Very not true. In fact, you look at broadcast consoles, and while they are very expensive, the Rodecaster Pro doesn't come in line with that anyways. So trust me, there's no comparison. P.S. If you wanted, from what you're saying on this video, a home recording studio mixer, should try a Behringer X32 Compact Digital or an Allen and Heath QU16 set. Why are you comparing apples and chairs? First of all, Matrix Media Entertainment, thank you for your comment. I appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully you hit a like button and you subscribed on your way out. I doubt it though. The boards are basically for the exact same people. And I know that I may have hurt your feelings with what I said about the Rodecaster Pro, but I stand by it. It's a great mixer, but it's just not for me. Once again though, you don't have to take it personally. It's not you. It's just a review. Have a good day, Matrix Media Entertainment. Next up, ass. Mom? No. Captain Dez says, why the hell does he not have millions of subscribers? Thank you, Captain Dez. I don't know either. Apparently this whole algorithm thing keeps you pressed down for a while. I'm working on it though. See if maybe you can help. Hey, hit the subscribe button. Get me to 1 million tomorrow. I kind of want to quit my day job. No, I don't. If my boss is listening, I don't want to quit my day job. Eric Wallace wanted to know, what music is that? I like it. Now, this is off the Live Track L8 versus the Rodecaster Pro. And when I do a lot of that juicy B-roll there, when you're looking at the two mixers, I have a song playing in the background. I can't remember exactly which one it is. However, if you're a content creator and you need music or audio for your podcast or whatever you're doing, I would recommend wholeheartedly Epidemic Sound. Fantastic music, fantastic sound effects, everything you need, and it's a really decent price. It's only $15 a month. And I know that seems like a lot, but if you're using music in everything you do, you're better off paying $15 a month than actually paying in a lawsuit later. Trust me on that. And finally, going out on a bit of a high note. This is from Sensei Zone. Your videos are awesome, man. Sensei Zone, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, I love the love. Write to me. Send me letters on YouTube, and I'll try to respond. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep doing great videos, and hopefully you keep watching. So thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to all of you who are going to subscribe. And I appreciate all the support I've gotten from you thus far. And I look forward to doing more of these in the future. And let's see exactly how mean and how nice these comments can become. Anyways. Thank you. Get subscribed if you like this video. I got plenty more coming, including my new studio setup just around the corner. We're actually about to move. So cheers. See you in the next video.